Hello everyone, I am Oscar. Welcome back to my class now. In today's lesson, I would like to talk about phrases in syntax. And in this lesson today, my concern will be on three things. Firstly, I'm going to figure out on the meaning of phrases. Secondly, I'm going to figure out on characteristic features of phrases. And thirdly, to wind up my lesson, I will figure out on types of phrases. Now, what is a phrase? I know it may be a very challenging question for you to define a phrase, but let's now talk about it. A phrase is a word or group of words which has no subject-predicate structure. This means a phrase can be a single word like Juma, love, child, cook, run, jump, girl, etc. But also in other circumstances, a phrase involves combination of more than one word, as in a beautiful girl, a man of the people, in a right way, etc. In other words, a phrase can also be defined as a syntactic unit that expresses a single idea in a sentence. This means a phrase has no complete sense in itself. For example, when you say a man of the people and then you end up there, so this syntactic unit has no complete sense. So we need to know what has he done. Another example, the beautiful woman, and then you end up there. So we need to know what has the beautiful woman done. So when you say the beautiful woman, what else? For a phrase to give a complete sense, must be connected to other words to form a sentence. For example, a man of the people is coming. Now, a phrase, a man of the people, is giving a sense when it is connected to another phrase, is coming. The beautiful woman opens the window. So now the phrase, the beautiful woman, is giving a sense when it is connected to another phrase, opens the window. Now to the characteristic features of phrases. Characteristic number one, a phrase has no subject-predicate structure, but it can be either a subject or predicate of a sentence, but in its whole has no subject-predicate structure. Any phrase must have a head word. A head word in phrases is a word that carries a name of a whole phrase. So, for example, if a phrase is noun phrase, a head word must be a noun. If it is a verb phrase, a head word must be a verb. And if it is an adjective phrase, a head word must be an adjective. A phrase expresses a single idea in a sentence. So, as I said, that a phrase has no complete sense in itself. So, it must be connected to other words or another phrase to express a single idea in a sentence. And characteristic number 4, a phrase can be made up of one word or more. So as I defined before in the first definition, a phrase is a word or group of words. So a phrase can be a single word or combination of more than one word. On to types of phrases. Normally in English, we have 5 types of phrases. Number 1 is noun phrase. Number 2 is a verbal phrase. Number 3 is adjective phrase. Number 4 is adverb phrase. And number 5 is preposition phrase. Now we have 5 types of phrases. Number 1 is noun phrase. Number 2 is verb phrase. Number 3 is adjective phrase. Number 4, adverb phrase. And number 5 is preposition phrase. Now let's look one after another. Noun phrase. A noun phrase is a word or group of words that perform the functions of nouns or pronouns in a sentence. In a sentence, a noun phrase can function as subject, object, as well as complement of subject. For example, Musa built a beautiful house in the city. So Musa is a noun phrase which acts as a subject of the sentence. And a beautiful house in the city is a noun phrase which acts as an object of the sentence. The beautiful woman in the house cooks a very delicious food. So the beautiful woman in the house is a noun phrase which acts as a subject of the sentence, and a very delicious food is a noun phrase which acts as an object of the sentence. Anita likes cookies. So Anita is a noun phrase which acts as a subject, and the cookies act as an object of the sentence. And the last example, a man of war has died. So a man of war is a noun phrase which acts as a subject of the sentence. Something to note: in noun phrases, a head word is a noun itself, which can be optionally surrounded by modifiers. Examples: when you say a man of war, this is a noun phrase in which a man is an head word, which is a noun itself. The beautiful woman in the house. So woman is a head word of this phrase, which is noun itself. And very delicious food. This is a noun phrase in which a head word is food, which is noun in itself. Now, verbal phrase. A verbal phrase is a group of words including a verb and its complements, objects, or other modifiers that functions syntactically as a verb. In English, a verbal phrase combines with a noun or noun phrase acting as a subject to form a single sentence. But also, it can be defined as a phrase consisting of many verbs as a head word, which is optionally pre-modified by auxiliaries and post-modified by other phrases such as noun phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, and preposition phrase. Now, let's look at examples. Example 1. Neema has been singing a praise song. So, has been singing a praise song is a verbal phrase. God keeps his promises. So, keeps his promises is a verbal phrase in this sentence. We believe on God's miracle. So, believe on God's miracle is a verbal phrase. But also, a verbal phrase. But also, in a verbal phrase, a verb can be followed with clauses like nominal clause, to infinitive clause, gerund clause, etc. Example. She has done what I like. So has done what I like is a verbal phrase in which a head word is a verb done, which is followed by what I like, which is nominal clause. Number 2, I like praying. So like praying is a verbal phrase in which a head word is like followed by gerund praying. And example 3, I want to go. So want to go is a verbal phrase in which a head word is a verb want followed by to infinitive to go. On to adjective phrase. An adjective phrase is a group of words that describe a noun or pronoun in a sentence. The adjective in an adjective phrase can appear at the start, end, or middle of the phrase when modified by other phrases. The adjective phrase can be placed before or after the noun or pronoun in a sentence. For examples, this drink is too hot to drink. So, too hot to drink is an adjective phrase in which a head word is hot and be modified by adverb of degree to and post modified by to infinitive clause to drink. Another example, she is most beautiful in the class. So most beautiful in the class is adjective phrase. A very strong man does exercise every day. So very strong is an adjective phrase. And lastly, someone special in the house fled to America. So special in the house is an adjective phrase. Now let's look about adverb phrase. An adverb phrase refers to a word or group of words that describe a verb in a sentence. This means that an adverb phrase performs the role of an adverb to describe when, where, why, and how an action has been taking place. For examples, we love you so much. So much is adverb phrase in this sentence. Is describing a verb, love. Lena walks slowly. So again, slowly is an adverb phrase in this sentence. Describe the verb walks. It describes the manner of the verb walks. Yesterday I went to the market. So yesterday is adverb phrase, which shows time, which shows when an action was taking place. We go there. Again, there is an adverb phrase. I normally like chips and beef. I normally like chips and beef. So normally is an adverb phrase. Now to the preposition phrase. A preposition phrase is a part of a sentence that consists of one preposition and its object. The object of a preposition phrase can be either a noun, gerund, or clause. Examples. She caught the bus on time. So on time is a preposition phrase. Mark is going with that beautiful woman. So with that beautiful woman is a preposition phrase in this sentence. That puppy at the park is so happy. So at the park is a preposition phrase. I like to go grocery for shopping at the Whole Foods behind my house. I like to go grocery shopping at the Whole Foods behind my house. So at the Whole Foods behind my house is a preposition phrase in this sentence. Do you have any question? Just drop it downward to the comment there and I will figure out on it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to like and share. Bye bye.